We come now to the second of the 17 principles which lead to the master key with which you may open the door to the attainment of your definite major purpose in life. This principle of success is called the mastermind principle. I want you to understand the nature of the mastermind principle because you must use it before you can take possession of the master key. An understandable definition of the mastermind is this. It consists of two or more people who work in perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite purpose. I also know that the mastermind principle can give you absolute protection against failure.
Who is David Starr? I mean, I could run down my whole nickname list, but I think most importantly you should know that I'm a progressive Jew and I'm an independent professional wrestler. What should the AAW fans know about David Starr that they might not know? They should know that I am everything that I say I am. There's no kind of weirdness aura to me, nothing fake, there's nothing phony. I'm a real person. I am somebody who says everything that I mean, and I'm not looking at any other kind of angle. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel, and there's no other reason for it other than I speak the truth.
Wait, no! Jeff Cobb! Jeff Cobb! The Eater of Worlds! Oh, God, no! Jeff Cobb! What? Is this what he wants? Jeff Cobb! Driving Kingston! Through the table!
I started wrestling in AAW because AAW was completely absent of wrestling. They have W in their name, which is kind of offensive. They have this whole thing. They talk about no disqualification and no count out. There's no rules. There's no order. So I came in as a professional wrestler and I decided to bring some rules and some order to AAW. And I think I've been pretty damn successful at doing so.
You see, the thing is, one, I'm a professional wrestler. Jeff Cobb, what are you?
I'm a pro wrestler.
A pro wrestler, and I'm really good at professional wrestling, and Jeff Cobb is really good at professional wrestling. We are wrestlers. This is a wrestling company, and we are going to wrestle. Now listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give us my catchphrase now. It's gonna be like our thing. Yeah. Because we're really good at professional wrestling.
Wrestling doesn't need the E. Wrestling is without the E. Why is it without the E? I mean, it's pretty plain and simple. You know, you can be really cute about it and be like, oh, well, maybe they mean two things. No, we mean exactly what you think we mean. And the reason why is because we don't need that horse shit. We don't need any of that nonsense. We don't need any kind of corporate backing. We are independent professional wrestlers. That's all we need. And that's exactly what we stand for. Independent professional wrestling.
Of all the people that have made this company, that have laid the foundation down to make AAW what it is today, and we don't give a shit about them. Tear those banners down, they don't matter. They don't matter when Jeff Cobb wins the big belt and I make Eddie quit. We're restarting this thing from the ground up because we are really good at professional wrestling.
What the? David Starr and Jeff Cobb. Oh my God! Deadlift! The hell's going on? Eddie Kingston! Trevor Lee has beaten Eddie Kingston! Has him in that tombstone? What the hell?
What the?
Trevor Lee!
Trevor Lee? What the?
Oh!
Because we're really good at professional wrestling. And guess what? Someone else realized
Yes, you
they want to be a part of this. Why don't we bring them on in? Bring them on in. Bring them on in. Marty!
See, you meet my friends right here. Look at this. Look at fucking big Jeff Cobb right there. Look at fucking, look at David Starr right here.
I didn't
Marty,
an adjective, but it's okay.
remember when I said I needed a change?
I do remember that. That was just a little while ago.
I found it right here!
We don't need to bow down to some kind of corporate agenda or maybe listen to somebody else telling us what to do, because we do everything we want on our own terms. And that's what without the E means. So many people bow and they beg and plead for some sort of contract or some sort of recognition. They think that's the way they can earn respect, or maybe they can look at their families and their friends and they can have some sort of vindication. When in reality, all you need is within yourself. This insecurity bullshit that all these people try and portray, it drives me crazy. And that's why we don't need the E.
Because we are wrestling! We don't care about the E! And right now...
Oh, pile driver! Through those chairs!
Talk about your relationship with Eddie. Why you brought him into wrestling. We were. Just about to put you over.
Go ahead, put me over.
Talk about my relationship with you. So, my relationship with this man right here, right?
It's real.
With Eddie Kingston. You know, it started off kind of shaky, but the point is that I think we understand that Eddie needed me. And I needed Eddie. We needed each other. Eddie was not who Eddie is. Eddie was not the Eddie Kingston that Eddie Kingston should be, and the Eddie Kingston he's been his whole career. He was this shell of himself, man.
Right.
And I brought it out of him. I had to do things. I had to make Eddie quit. I had to do all that stuff. But that just was one little dip to bring Eddie back to prominence. Eddie is one of the most recognized professional independent professional wrestlers on the planet, man.
17 years. Never kissed nobody's ass. Get at me.
Tell me a person who's had the effect that Eddie Kingston's had on independent professional wrestling. Name me somebody. You can't.
I made half these people, man. I made it cool for them to act like thugs. You know what I'm saying? To play thugs on TV.
It's the truth, man. When wrestling formed, it was all because he fits exactly what I saw. Eddie is independent professional wrestling.
And I can't blame me. Because when angels are forced out of heaven, they have no other choice to become devils.
It's over. David Starr has completed a conversion of Eddie Kingston.
Who didn't win a championship was the Olympian Jeff Cobb. So what the fuck is that all about, man? Jeff, to be honest with you, brother, I'm kind of happy for you that you signed somewhere else, because you can't hang with the real dogs. You can't hang with the outlaws. You can't hang with guys who don't bow down. Do me a favor, tell Sinclair Eddie Kingston, say what up, motherfucker.
You know, we had two of the most prominent professional wrestlers on the circuit. We had Trevor Lee, we had Jeff Cobb. You know, I can't say enough good things about the two as wrestlers. Can't. But they left. They bailed.
Have had many issues in the past. And the history between Kingston and Callihan needs no introduction. It's over, all right? Kurt Sally and Kingston. Look at the shirts!
So we needed to bring somebody else in. Easily picked Kurt Stallion and Jake something. Think about Kurt Stallion. He's a road warrior, man. All the stories, like, I don't know if you guys understand this, but Kurt Stallion, he is a definition of an independent wrestler. This dude travels 20 hours on his own. He doesn't care to wrestle, just to perform. You see him all over the country, and he most likely drove himself there. He's worked his ass off to make a name for himself. And Jake something, just look at the fucking dude, man. Look at Jake something. He is absolutely something, isn't he? He's a dude who's been held down by all sorts of different things. He's been somebody who hasn't been given the opportunity to really burst out and show him that something. And wrestling was right there to do it for him. Wrestling is the reason why Kurt Stallion and Jake something will be the top of AAW. We are the reason that they're going to come up to prominence. We're the reason why they're going to be established as some of the best independent professional wrestlers on the circuit.
Fuck him up! Fuck him up, baby! Fuck this motherfucker up! He's debuting, baby! Our house! Our house! Get this motherfucker! Fired up? Ah, this shit! Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. Sponsored? Yeah, sponsored. We can't control for that shit. They don't pay you shit, Eddie. Word up! Do that. Gang, gang. Give Eddie Kingston a fucking contract. Yeah. No, we're Gert. No, we're Gert.
What's the end goal for wrestling? You know, it's weird because I never really had a mission statement or anything officially. Didn't really know where we were going to go. We had one thing in mind. I think it's pretty obvious. We want to hold that big effing belt. And whether that's Sami Callihan, another corporate shill, or it's somebody else who seems to beg for whatever attention they get, wrestling's going to do everything they can to be exactly what we stand for.
Your leader, David Starr, likes to talk a lot of shit, doesn't he? He likes to say Sami Callihan's past his prime.
Thoughts on Sami Callihan? Well, you know, I can't deny my history with Sami. You know, I've known him for quite a bit. He was one of the reasons why I got into independent wrestling. Seriously, his stuff at Best of the Best 10. When I watched Sami Callihan wrestle, when I watched him wrestle in all these different places, how hard-hitting he was, how intense he was, and everything like that. Oh man, Sami Callihan's awesome. That's what I thought. Then I watched how pathetic Sami was. Or Solomon. Whatever he wants to call himself. You know, whoever tells him what to call himself, I guess, is really the better thing to say. He's become, again, another person who's just a shell of himself. It's really sad seeing what Sami's become, because Sami used to be something I looked up to. Sami used to be somebody that other independent wrestlers could look up to. Sami is not that man anymore. We're tired of Sami, man. I'm tired. I'm exhausted seeing Sami Callihan on shows. I'm done with it. We're done with it. The fans are done with Sami Callihan.
No! It's Sami Callihan! Sami Callihan! David Starr. Oh, and a headbutt from Stallion! And the title! Crushing up the cranium of Callihan! Jake! Set him up!
Now I'm really on some dumb shit. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe in God, if you have faith in anything, have faith in wrestling. Because we are the best thing going today. Because we are the outlaws. we are truly the last of a dying breed.
Wrestling still rules.
People call me your cult leader. Have you seen Sammy's crew? They literally walk like they're little like hooded demons. It's terrifying. Sammy's not a good person. Sami Callihan is not a good human being. And if you want to call me a cult leader, completely ridiculous. Just because people listen to what I have to say, just because I speak the truth, just because people seem to follow me because I have a certain chutzpah. Is that my fault? Am I a cult leader because I'm charismatic? Am I a cult leader because I'm a great professional wrestler? Am I a cult leader because I'm honest? Well, I guess if those are your definitions, then sure. But the problem in that case is that Sammy's not a cult leader because Sammy's a liar. He's a phony. He's a fraud. Cult leader? Fuck out of here with that shit, man. I'm just a great professional wrestler, and people want to follow that because they want to be a part of something great, which is everything that I'm building here at AAW.
Close all the curtains, stay on the phone. We are the monsters, holding you still. We are the gallows up on the hill. Answer the question.